Welcome back. There is a nationwide teacher shortage, and in response, one Connecticut college is working to attract more students to the teaching profession. To tell us more, we have Dr. Dawn Seiler and Dr. Diana Wenzel from the University of St. Joseph joining us. Welcome to the program. Thanks so much for being here. This is such an important topic. First off, Dr. Seiler, talk about the impact of the teacher shortage that this is having on our students every day.
Well, when students come into the classroom and there are too many students in the classroom, teachers already have large loads of things that they have to do in their day-to-day. What we are finding is that the teachers themselves are becoming overly stressed, and that's being passed on to the students, especially as we look at students who have been affected by the pandemic.
COVID, right.
Yes, who are in need of a little bit of extra support just to reacclimate themselves to the classroom processes. We are finding that teachers themselves, with their stress levels being heightened, student stress levels are being heightened, and that's overall affecting the way students are learning, what students are coming away with. We see it across multiple metrics.
Absolutely. Dr. Wenzel, talk a little bit more about what USJ is doing to bring more teachers into the classroom, specifically Connecticut classrooms.
Right. We're so concerned about our teachers and our students, of course, and USJ has been really working to make sure that we can help anyone that has that passion for teaching find their way into the classroom. And a lot of people who want to be teachers have found it difficult in the past, but there are some new flexibilities from the Connecticut State Legislature, and in partnership with our classroom, with our school districts, we've reorganized our programs so that we have residency-based programs where people who work in schools but are not certified teachers can continue to work in their jobs while they become a teacher in their own school. And this helps us make sure, too, that our Connecticut educated teachers stay in our Connecticut classrooms.
Right, right. That's got to be really helpful. Dr. Seiler, talk a little bit more about the impact that the teacher shortage is having on future teachers. Every day we do stories here about cities and towns struggling with their budgets and having to decide what teachers to potentially let go, what positions they might potentially have to eliminate. Does that make it harder of a sell to get people to go into the teaching profession?
So there are a lot of different factors that are affecting both internally and externally. So some of the same factors that are making people not want to become teachers or be a little bit nervous about becoming teachers are the same factors that are affecting teachers who are currently working. So things like issues around pay, issues around the different loads that teachers carry, the different things that they're being asked to do, and folks who are outside are recognizing that there are maybe a lot more stressors going into the actual profession itself.
Dr. Wenzel, talk to somebody who might be watching at home. Maybe they just finished, high school, and they're thinking about what are they going to do, or maybe they're, somewhere in their high school career and they finished their finals and maybe thinking about teaching as a profession. What would you say to them?
I think one of the most important things is to talk to people in the profession, talk about why it energizes them, why it excites them. At USJ, we're doing virtual information sessions about our programs every Wednesday from 4 to 5 that people can engage and see what does it take to become a teacher right now through the University of St. Joseph in Connecticut or in general. I also think that there's a link between really good embedded teacher preparation where they get to be in schools a lot and success later in the classroom. So at USJ, we've worked hard to make sure that our teacher candidates get into classrooms right away. And that helps them be more comfortable in schools, be more successful later, and be more resilient to stay in the classroom with the stressors of contemporary teaching.
All right, Dr. Seiler, any last bit of advice as well?
One of the things that I would say in terms of education is that what we are trying to do is establish the students' connection with the teachers and the teachers' connections with the students and make education feel more familial, more connected. So one of the things that we do at USJ is we try to ensure that people who are coming from math, people who are coming from the sciences, they get to bring their love for that topic, for that subject into the classroom and really share that with the students, as opposed to looking at it as just giving information. So we're trying to maintain those connections. We just switched over to hybrid in our secondary program, so that gives us the ability to have some in-person time to nurture those connections, but also respect what is happening with folks outside of the classroom and their need for flexibility.
I do like that. Share your passion.
Yeah.
Right. Dr. Seiler, Dr. Wetzler, thank you so much for being with us. I appreciate you sharing the information about USJ.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.